Alright folks, back again with the Chevy Cummins swap. I've been working on this thing for a while now. I just started working on it again here recently. It's winter time and really ain't got nothing going on after work. But today I'm fitting the clutch master cylinder into the Chevy cab. This was a factory two-wheel drive cab. But where the master cylinder sits, let me get some light. The hole wasn't there. These two holes weren't here, but there was imprints of where they were supposed to be. So that helps out a little bit. And I have the hydraulic pedal set up out of my 85 donor truck. As you can see, there's people having some trouble with the firewall flexing, but on the hydraulic setup for the Chevy clutches, there's two rods that go from the mount here all the way to the firewall to stiffen it up a little bit. And there's my tunnel that I made, sanding down the inside of the cab so I can coat it with rust bullet. There's the new floor pans. I'm going to start working on the cab corner again. New rocker panel. And here's the stand I had to make to hold my cab so I can get under it and finish this floor. As you can see underneath of it, it's all coated except where I welded in the new transmission tunnel. I got to clean that up a little bit, grind it down, seam seal it, and coat it with rust bullet. And I got this side already done. Cab corner, rocker panel, inner cab corner. Those were the only bad spots of the cab. Probably a 10 by 10 inch piece where the floor mount was, so I just replaced the whole floor on the driver's side with new metal. But anyway, what I'm using is a clutch master cylinder off of a 1995 F350 Ford. But you can see it almost, sorry about the lighting. It almost lines up. I know the top bolt hole lines up, but the bottom bolt down here is about a 1/4 inch off. That should be a little bit better. Well, the top one is too. So I'm going to have to take my die grinder and grind these bolt holes down about a 1/4 inch on each one, top and bottom. And it should fit in there perfectly. But I am going to cut out a patch panel for this little hole and patch that hole up. And the thing about the Ford is it has the same fitting setup as the 1995 master cylinder or slave cylinder. But that's what I'm working on tonight, and it'll be done here shortly. And when I get done with this, I'm going to sand the whole cab, bare metal, coat it all with rust bullet. That way it should never rust. But it's getting there. And here's the motor sitting in the frame. And here's my SM465 setup with the second generation bell housing adapter plate. And there's the MP205, the figure 8. And if you remember from the past video, this has the 32 spline main shaft in it. That's what the spacer's for. So I had to put a big bearing in it on the input of the transfer case with a 32 spline input shaft. And the spacer accommodates the length, so it fits in there pretty good. Everything lines up perfect. Rebuilt, totally rebuilt transfer case. Got the Ford 32 spline front output, 1350 front yoke. There's my 1410 rear yoke. Transmission's totally rebuilt. New synchros, bearings, shift tower. And that's the stock cross member for the Chevy. Stock mounts. I just had to drill new bolt holes, move the mounts back. Then I plated the frame, top and bottom. And I also have this set up to where I can put another cross member. So I can either use a 208 or a 241 aluminum chain drive, which I want to stay away from, just in case this one breaks. Yeah, there's my motor, new starter. Yeah, the frame, it's been totally sandblasted, reinforced, steering box brace, and it should be ready to hold some power. But alright, that's it for now. Next one, I'll show you the slave cylinder, put it on the slave cylinder. Actually, I'll show you the holes now. Let me grab some light. You can see where I had to re-drill the holes to adapt the slave cylinder and grind out a little bit of the web on the transmission. Everything fits in there fine. It's already been fitted. But this is using the 1.5 inch input shaft out of the dump truck for the SM465 and a 1985 C60 clutch. It's a ceramic 4-button clutch with a 1995 Cummins flywheel, and the pilot bearing was bored out for a 1-inch pilot bearing. It's a roller bearing, so it should last a while. pipe right here is not staying on there. It's actually going to be intercooled. That's just so I can start it up on the stand and get everything up to temperature, because I replaced all the seals, killer dowel pin, fixed that. Got an extended fuel screw, governor spring. It's got 60 pound-valve springs, and that should be enough for now until I get an upgraded turbo. Other than that, that's it, folks, for today. I'll be back shortly with another video. Thanks for watching. Comment if you like.